In the past, it was typical for men to work with the sons, either on the family farm or in the family business. However, today, fathers and sons go on different paths because of employment, school, extracurricular, and activities. Dads must create opportunities for their boys to learn manhood. Schedule a regular time with your son to tackle one activity at a time, or teach your son while you're completing one of these tasks yourself. Even if it's ineffective, the time you devote can be invaluable. The most important thing is to make an effort to leave a lasting impression on your son, whether you do it proactively, reactively, or both. The transition to maturity can be more challenging for some boys. Some commit crimes or become victims, while others abuse drugs or experience mental health issues like depression. Some boys even perform poorly in class or quit. Even as they age and develop, they can't improve their situation and end up miserable. The boys may face these problems because of poor home training. As a man, your son must know specific values while growing up, as these will help shape him into a strong and morally upright man capable of handling himself. With that being said, let's discuss 9 manly things you should teach your son as a dad. Number 1. The importance of winning and losing. Life is not comfortable. No matter how much effort we put in, everyone must fail at some point. For most children, losing could be a complex, very hard pill to swallow. They typically feel sad when they lose a game, perform poorly in class, or can't complete a task, among other things. Dads should teach their son that it's acceptable to fail and lose occasionally. Dreams are not destroyed by failure. Only a momentary setback serves as a reminder to try again, pick yourself up, and start over. Number 2. A few male tricks. As a man, your son should be able to perform a few easy tricks that most women might see as some complex masculine magic. A dad should teach his son essential tricks such as starting a fire, fixing simple car issues, changing a flat tire, using a nail and hammer, and so on. These simple activities and tricks will usually come in handy someday in his life, and once they've been mastered, they stick forever. Number 3. How to drink responsibly. In the US, alcohol poisoning claims the lives of 6 people each day. To keep a child off this list, you must enforce strict alcohol-related laws and teach the effects and risks of drug use in general. Even though drinking alcohol is a much more significant risk of social misconduct and personal injury than smoking marijuana, people don't take it nearly as seriously as they should. Number 4. How to treat women right. Even though this topic may appear to be something mothers should instruct their sons on, it's always ideal to study from a father's point of view. A father should model for his son how to treat ladies with respect and the appropriate attitude. A son should never mistreat the other sex. He should go shopping with his father to buy gifts for his mother, chat with random ladies outdoors at a store or park, or assist his mom at home. Dads should just set a good example for their children to follow. Number 5. How to be polite. Having good manners encourages others to feel mature and responsible. Courtesy is a powerful influencer. There are better chances of success if you know the fundamentals of polite speech. How to act at a table. Don't put your elbows on the table. Eat over your plate. Keep your mouth shut, etc., etc. And maintain composure in conversation. Being polite also offers respect, which is essential for developing harmonious relationships. Number 6. How to treat others. All living things, including other people, animals, and even plants, require respect and consideration. It's crucial to instill in your son an understanding of respect for other people's wishes, especially if you want him to grow up to be a strong young man. Young men are basically stupid. If you'll teach your son to be open-minded, he'll be able to navigate the world and aid others rather than unwittingly hurting people, or worse, doing so for amusement. Number 7. How to deal with frustration. The distinction between a boy and a man is extremely blurry, and too frequently, boys with the physical attributes of men injure others by doing foolish things out of a lack of self-control. Teach your son the proper use of physical force and what it means. Teach him that even without using his body, he can cause harm to others and that he should be aware of this and steer clear of it. As terrible as a punch can be, emotional abuse and passive hostility can also be used as a malicious kind of stress relief. Anger and pain are universal human emotions that everyone experiences. However, this doesn't imply that we should include it in other people's experiences. When the moment is right, fathers should ensure that their kids have learned how to put their boyhood behind them and grow into men. Number 8. Teach him to learn from his mistakes. A son should be aware that he'll make mistakes throughout his life and that he should take the time to learn from them. Since nobody is perfect, making mistakes is normal, and if you do make mistakes, always learn from them. Every time life knocks you to the ground, you must get back up because that's how you become stronger and more mature into a healthy man. For example, the famous painter Vincent van Gogh struggled to sell his works during his lifetime. Before his passing, he sold only one painting called The Red Vineyard. Though he believed he'd failed, his paintings have now been sold for over $100 million. And finally, number 9, to take responsibility. In today's world, it seems like nobody wants to take responsibility for their actions. Teach your son at a young age how to take responsibility for everything he does or says. He should know that he can't change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but he can change himself, and that is something he is in charge of. It'd be best if you taught him the need to learn how to live in truth and stop blaming other people or even lying to himself. They must be responsible for how they act, no matter how they feel. As men, it's still crucial to instill in our sons the need to be men of integrity. It's more important to be a man of integrity and value than a man of success. According to C.S. Lewis, integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Honest men are men you can trust who stand up for what is right, not just for themselves, but for all of humanity. They're not overcome by evil, but they overcome evil with good. It's your responsibility as the father to teach your son these basic masculine traits. Your son needs role models in everything that's even mildly relative, so why not become a role model for them? A father can encourage his son to treat others kindly throughout his life. This is because fathers can have a beneficial influence on their boys. Most boys aspire to emulate their fathers when they grow up. You have a duty as a father to instill in your son the values that will prepare him for success. They should be instructed to be the most refined versions of themselves. You should transmit knowledge to future generations of men. They'll be better able to teach their sons the same lessons if you teach them now. By the way, don't forget to show some love. Tap that subscribe button and hit like for the algorithm. To see the next best way to level up as a man, watch these videos here.